Forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds on the heel of the one who crushes it. Mark Twain. Compost reminds me of forgiveness. Exploring Glacier National Park last summer, we hiked through an area devastated by a forest fire a few years earlier. Despite what had been burnt away, the vegetation was returning. Fire changed all that existed before it came, yet the devastation brought a new beginning. Honestly, the place felt like magic, with ghostly charred trees standing sentry over it. The burnt-out part of the park had a powerful waterfall pushing a river through it. Energy and oxygen infused the atmosphere around it. The forest forgave the fire. The ashes disintegrated, and what regrew came back stronger. Nature's ability to rejuvenate, in fact, may have added to the wonder rooted in it. Loss couldn't change what the place could become, so the land grew into what it was while we visited. On a less tragic scale, one spring I mowed down my mom's peonies before they bloomed. They were my favorite flower. I pined for them all summer. At the time, I thought for sure that I had killed them. But to my amazement, the next spring, they grew again. It felt like forgiveness as the green foliage peeked up through the soil. But that is what gardens do. They offer fragrant flowers to the gardeners whose heels frequent them. The truth is, we all will make mistakes caring for what we are supposed to be cultivating. However, the earth will teach us a lot about ourselves if we are open to the lessons it offers. Gardens begin when what existed before them is cut out and turned over. In The Four Loves, C.S. Lewis says, "A garden only comes into being because someone has taken time to plant it. A garden only remains a garden because someone has taken time to maintain it." He says the same is true for relationships and the care that follows. What we do with the mistakes and the hurts is as important as the care we take to establish our relationships. To have a garden is to have a relationship. To remain in a relationship, a gardener must continue to care for it. What was rooted has to be confronted. What grows needs boundaries and pruning. The debris does not lessen in quantity with time. There will continue to be both weeds and flowers overflowing from a living garden as it grows. But gardens and relationships have the power to infuse energy and oxygen into our lives. Yet we will trample flowers in our joy and break branches in our anger. And though we forget to water one day, flood waters can rise the next. Tornadoes come in the middle of the night, and in the blink of an eye, hurricanes level communities it took centuries to build. Yet, God knows what the world holds for us. He did not give us a garden and leave us helpless. The earth speaks to His vigilant care in that gardens are equipped to reuse and remake what is broken and lost. He had a plan for what would go wrong in the garden and within a man. It will not do for us to show the Lord the garden and not the garbage. The composting organic matter of life is untidy. Every man that lives and breathes injures things in his path and wounds things in his care. Our most sincere attempts in the morning continually lay down in the evening with some regret attached. We can hold on to the hurt or let it go. Give it back to the earth. Let it compost and allow it to fertilize our future. God has a plan for life's throwaways. As foolish as the idea may seem, the very things that assault and overrun a garden can also bless it. Made up of rotten greens, leaves, and worm droppings, the best thing a gardener can give back to the garden is composted garden garbage, and the same is true for our relationships. Learn from the mistakes. Use the past to fertilize your future. For all the romance and sweet life-giving energy our friendships bring us, forgiveness and honesty is the best gift that we can return to our relationships. The same as compost. They are only useful after we've let them go, turned them over, and allowed them to disintegrate. Life changes with the power of a waterfall. 1 minute the sun is sparkling off a gentle stream. Turn around and the water's power washes your feet out from under you. One visit you're a child amazed. The next you watch your kid tumble in and your heart sinks beneath the water with them. Every season, everything changes. The water's flow is too fast, too strong, overwhelming. It is never enough. For small creatures such as us, the vastness is bearable only through love. Carl Sagan.